Alrighty. We're live. On
Yeah,
the
we
first
are.
Wine on the Dime live stream.
Shucks.
I know. It's going to be pretty cool.
I hope.
Yeah. Thanks.
You're welcome.
I don't know how to interpret that. Oh my god. So yeah. We got 3 wines today. So we got Chateau. Gosh.
Starting strong.
Yeah, I know this.
Well, you picked a French name to start your
I
podcast,
know.
and you can't.
I know.
And you can't speak
Should
French.
never have done that.
No.
Chateau St Michelle from Washington State's Riesling. We have the Josh Cellars 2019 Rosé.
Nice.
And we have the Ford Coppola Black Label Claret.
Okay, so why did you pick those 3?
Because they're wines you can typically find at a grocery store pretty easily.
True.
That's
It's
exactly
not just
right.
here.
Yeah. So Chateau St Michelle is one of the largest wine producers in the United States. And so that's one of the reasons why I chose them.
Yeah, we've been there.
Yeah, we did. They were not happy about my visit. They were not. So, hold on. Before we get into Josh Cellars, we have to talk about this. Because this was one of those things where I was just starting to shoot wine reviews. We were shooting, we were doing our vacation.
12th anniversary,
Our 12th
right?
anniversary. We were spending over a week in the Pacific Northwest.
Or 10th. It's been a while.
It was an anniversary.
It was a big deal at the time. We went on a trip without kids.
That was worth it.
Yeah, totally.
So anyway, we went on this trip, and I didn't have the forethought to call ahead and say, hey, can I shoot a wine review? And it wasn't until I got there, or the day before, I was like, hey, I'm going to call them to see if they'll let me do it. And that's when I found out they have a super strict policy about doing video on site, which is pretty much they never allow it. And if you shoot a video while you're there, or you actually go and take too many pictures, security will actually interrogate you. It was a pretty big deal. And so I called the day before and talked to their marketing director, and she was actually cool about it. And she was like, if anyone says anything, just you totally hand them my card. And so we get there, and they let me shoot the video on site in front of the main tasting area.
And people were looking. It was like one of our first real winery visits where I was like your lackey. Yeah. People kept looking at you weird, and I had no idea what I was doing. Total rookie mistakes all over the place.
But it was fun, and on top of that, the funny thing was that as soon as we were done shooting, security came walking straight up to us.
That's right.
And they were like, do you have clearance to shoot video on site? And I pulled out the card for the marketing director, and I was like, yes, I do. And I handed it to them, and they were like, okay, carry on.
That's when his ego grew this much.
That's when I was like, oh shit, this person's about to throw me out in the middle of my wine review. And no, but they were cool about it. They let me finish the shoot, and yeah, that was the
good time.
That was the first non-Texas winery that I reviewed, if I recall. Yeah.
I don't remember what part of the trip. There was a few, but yeah.
Or maybe it was the first one I published. We reviewed a few in that area, but that was the first one I published.
Very cool.
Yeah.
Memories.
It was a very interesting thing there. I did not expect that they would actually say yes at all, especially when I found out about their policy, and then I found all these other wine bloggers and video people had been denied repeatedly, and I was like,
you do also have a way of making yourself seem bigger than you are.
Thanks.
I'm wine on the dime, and this was years ago, and now you're legit, and you've got stuff that's happened, and you've interviewed people, and you've got your W set and all this stuff. Back then, you're just like, hey, I'm a guy from Texas who likes to drink. Can I come talk to you?
Why did I invite you on? This is a horrible idea.
It's not wrong.
Horrible idea. Oh my god. Okay.
So that's wine 1.
So that's wine number 1. Wine number 2 is the Josh Cellars Rosé.
But you can't go wrong with Josh.
No, you can't go wrong with Josh. They're a pretty solid producer. They're pretty consistent.
I just like that I can always find their label.
Yes.
If I'm in a place that I don't know what wine to get, because I'm so intimidated to try and purchase wine for this guy, even though he doesn't actually care.
No, because apparently I'm a nobody.
Yeah, you are. But Josh
I
is such a
am. I really
distinctive label. I can always pick it out. I'm like, okay, I know that's safe no matter what.
Yeah. So we got the Josh one, and by the way, Chateau St Michelle Riesling. I'm trying to remember the last time I had it. It's been a really, really long time out, and I haven't reviewed that one. I haven't reviewed the Josh Rosé either.
Oh.
So that's nice. And then the other one is the Ford Coppola Claret. One, because it is kind of a fancier name.
I was going to say, you want to show off your knowledge of the name. That's what you want to do.
Two, it comes with a really cool kind of gold net. So that's nice. And three, it allows me to say something that I always love saying, but I have to wait until later.
Oh, okay.
So, yeah, we have to wait until later for that because it involves opening the wine. So,
Gotcha.
Just taking a look real fast, and looks like we have a couple people. So, if you're there, feel free to say hi. For those of you who don't know me, or if you're just joining for the first time, I'm Stuart. I do most of the stuff for Wine on the Dime, and this is my wife, Haley.
All the stuff for Wine on the Dime.
Who helps me with a lot of things.
I help with the drinking.
She does. She really does help with the drinking. And a lot of the encouragement, which is go buy more wine. And then she likes to roast me a lot. Yeah. And that's just sort of the relationship that we have. But
a little bit.
That's fine. That's fine. But I already opened the Riesling. Do you want to go ahead and get started?
I just don't like that you picked the Riesling to start with.
I wanted a Riesling. So actually, another reason I chose this one was because Chateau St Michelle, their Chardonnay, like their 2011 or something like that, was the first wine I ever reviewed on my website.
The blog?
On
or
the blog. No, the blog.
Wow.
Chateau St Michelle 2011.
We didn't have kids yet.
Chardonnay, I want to say, was the first wine that I reviewed on my blog.
Wow.
So that's why I was like, I kind of want to make sure Chateau St. Michelle is part of this. Because, one, I have that cool story from the trip. But two...
So, your first blog was a Chateau St. Michelle. Your first on-site winery video.
That was not Texas.
Oh, see, that doesn't count. Okay. And now your first live stream will be Chateau St. Michelle. Okay. And by the end of it, you'll say it right.
I'm just going to stop talking.
But see, I'm not a fan of Riesling.
I know you're not. That's one of the reasons.
I have this misconception. I've been told over and over and over again that it's a sweet wine, and now I know it's not.
It's not.
But it's in my head.
It's not a sweet wine.
That, and there are so many bad Rieslings I've had that just smell like petroleum and taste like petroleum, and I don't like it. There's a couple he's found lately that are actually quite nice.
Yeah.
But I don't like admitting I like them.
All right. Yes. I know. You hate it. Every time she's like, oh, you brought home another Riesling. And then I come back and half the bottle's gone. And she's like, what? What? It's wine. And I'm like, no, you just don't drink wine. You like it. You like it. I forgot to grab a white paper before I started doing all of this. So I will have to use this handy piece of cardboard I have lying around.
Sweet.
That's white because that's the kind of... Oh, it's for my memory pillow thing. Oh, isn't that nice?
We're so old. Anyway.
I posted on Facebook the other day that I've officially gotten to the age in which I'm excited to have my underwear delivered to me because I'm getting new underwear. That is like hardcore adulting right there.
And then my response to that was, I'm at the age where my favorite purchase of the quarantine is a memory foam shaped pillow because I'm old. So, yeah.
But I bought the same one right after I tried yours.
It was really good.
It was so nice. So nice. Maybe I'll put them in the video description when we're done. Anyway, so actually looking at... well, hold on. Before I even get into that, let's talk about the stats on this wine. This is the Chateau St. Michelle. It's a 2019 Riesling from Columbia Valley, Washington. It says it is between medium dry and medium sweet.
Huh? I'm not too far off.
So, well, you don't know. You haven't tried it yet.
Okay, but I'm also going off of a friend who drinks it because it's a sweet wine, and man, the ones she would get were just toxically sweet.
And I paid $10 for this.
Nice.
At my store. Yes. Which is HEB, in case HEB is watching. HEB. Just saying. So, from a color...
It's very light.
It's a very light wine. I would say you're probably a pale gold. No, you're not even... No, you're gold.
Really?
You're gold, yeah.
It's light.
It's a light gold. It's going to be hard because we don't have the...
Yeah, we don't.
All the proper lighting. This isn't where I normally shoot the videos back there. This is the boonies. It's not what corked means. You know that.
There's cork in my
better.
glass.
There you go. That's better.
Know that?
Yes, you do that. Because you watch my channel.
Oh, totally.
All right. So, yeah. So, I would say pale gold. Let's look at the nose.
Can you look at the nose?
You can. See? You're going to heckle me. I'm going to heckle you back.
So I'm not getting any petroleum.
Oh, which is the thing she hates about
appreciative of that.
Riesling. I like that. I like that.
I mean, it's so mild. I can't really pick out notes. It's not off-putting at all.
So there's a little bit of like a lemon thing going on. There's sort of this like orange peel type thing happening in here, which is not what I expect at all. It's very, very interesting. I am getting a slight bit of plastic though.
Well, the more I snort wine fumes, the more I'm smelling. I am saying, hey, I could identify this as a Riesling, but it's not. What was that one with the 3 hats on it? We did a vertical tasting.
9
on
hats.
It. 9.
The 9 hats one.
Dude, that was like grease in a bottle.
What was it? You said it reminded you of something. What was it?
So Dad used to own a car garage, like a mechanic shop, and he would wear those like adult onesies back before onesies were this like cool thing with unicorn hats. So overalls, but not suspenders, like the full car shop guy. And he would come home covered in grease and tar and all this stuff from the shop, and he smelled like that petroleum. And so 9 hats, man, it was like drinking that smell of Dad before he showered coming home from work. And that's not what you want.
Yeah, I don't know if I would ever go like, oh,
grease rag, yummy.
This smells like my dirty, dirty father. Like that is not something that I
appealing.
I can understand why you didn't like those ones. I can understand that then. But this one's not as bad. It's actually the alcohol is a little bit higher on the nose than I thought it would be. It smells, it's kind of burny a little bit. Not like the Sanders, but like the alcohol.
Yeah, to me it's light. It's not oppressive.
Yeah, there might be a little bit of like a green apple note, a little bit of pear.
And this is the part where I think he just takes it too far. And I'm just like, can I take a sip now?
No, you can't. Just put it down.
I know.
Just put it down. Like I can control you. Whatever, drink it.
Yay.
I don't care.
What is that face?
I know that face you're making.
And what is that face I'm making?
That's the face of, oh my god, I can't believe I don't hate this.
Okay. I don't hate it. But I also wouldn't go like, hey, I want to go have this kind of wine. Like, I'm much more of the tropical. I'm much more of the zingy. This still has a lot of sweet notes to me. It's not sweet. I get that now. I understand that now. But, like, I need this with food. I'm not going to sit down and porch sip this.
So, I would say this has medium plus alcohol, medium plus intensity. Alcohol is... I said medium plus alcohol, didn't I? I meant to say medium plus acid, medium plus intensity, medium plus body, low alcohol. It is definitely not off dry.
As in it's verging more into the sweeter realm?
Yeah, I'd say it's like medium dry. Instead of going into medium sweet. It's still, there is a body to this. There is this sort of slight coating of the teeth with the sugar.
Yeah.
But it's not anything that is like out of balance. Like
it's quite nice. It's not my preference. But you know what's making me really want?
What?
I want to make a really, like, not your level spicy, but my level spicy Thai shrimp curry.
That could go pretty well with that. Thai food.
Some snap peas
like
in there.
Medium dry Riesling go really well together.
That'd be so good.
And see, I was hoping you would say Indian food, because then I could actually cook it, but I can't cook Thai food because I suck at it.
Yeah. But I can't cook Indian food, so it's all good.
That's fine. I don't mind doing the cooking. It's Indian food. It's great. But yeah, this is a...
So yeah, I can see this with a food pairing, but it's not my, like, go-to.
So, if y'all are watching, and you have this Riesling, leave some comments. Let us know, like, am I just totally on crack? Are you getting the same thing?
Or do you agree with me?
And the finish, I'm saying the finish is medium minus finish. Yeah, but pop in some comments. Let us know what you think about it. And I'll give it a minute for us to sip this a little bit more before
So
I
explain
go
that
into
scale
something
thingy you did. The medium plus, medium minus, blah, blah, blah.
Yeah.
Because you didn't used to do that. And you got all highfalutin with the W set.
So, initially when I began, I was like, would I try this wine again? Yes or no. Would I enjoy this wine again? Yes or no.
Which is what I do.
Yes.
Oh. Cheese.
And then, yes, thank you
Good
for,
cheese.
yeah, on that note, hold on. Haley got me a nice charcuterie board for the first episode.
I did. And by that, I mean, I went to HEB and said, I need this. And it was right there because they're awesome.
Because HEB. I'm not fishing for a sponsor.
At all.
At all. HEB. But this started because I was kind of like, all right, well, I'm going to do all these things. And then I got to a point where I wanted to go through and get some more advanced training. So that's when I did the WSET 2.
Yeah.
I was going to do WSET 1. I reached out to the WSET Global folks in London. They said, we took a look at what you do. Don't waste your time.
Yeah, like I could pass the 1.
So, yeah. And so...
I'm not saying a lot.
Well, no. So what it is 1 is for folks who like really don't know anything about wine. They don't even understand what fermentation is and how it's made and where wine grapes are grown at all. And it's really your intro into wine.
Yeah.
And then you go for your level 2, which is getting more of that detail, getting more of that information. So that's sort of where all of that kind of stuff plays out. So I went and got my level 2. And then I came back and was like, all right, I'm done for a really long time.
No.
And then a few months later, I said, Haley.
You don't have enough on your plate between job, wife that travels, 2 kids, attempting to work out in our old age, animals, and family and hobbies. And you're going to continue to go to school forever. And you did.
So then I came home one day and said, hey, I think I'm going to take my WSET level 3. And after about a couple weeks, I talked her into saying yes. So then
Which you never thought I would do.
No, I didn't. I thought I was just going to have to like smuggle the money and pay for the class. And so what ended up happening is took my WSET level 3, passed it over a year ago. It's been over a year since I passed my WSET 3.
Dude.
But as I was going through, I realized after getting my level 2, I was kind of looking around. I'm like, no one really does deductive tasting. Like no one like really goes through what Psalms call the grid with theirs and what we call the systematic approach on the WSET. I don't see a lot of people do it. They'll taste the wine and be like, oh, it has raspberries, blueberries, it's a long finish, it's complex, and you know what, for $95 you should go buy a bottle. And that was like their whole review. Like
like that, you should go buy a bottle?
Buy a bottle. And they even do like the at the end of bottle. But
oh my
it was one of those things where like, no one's doing deductive tasting. So why don't I actually like add in that element into the channel? And so then I revamped the way I was doing reviews. I didn't totally follow WSET because like in WSET great is supposed to be outstanding, and I didn't want to like rip them off 100%. But sorry if you hear that bell in the background and that's our cats playing. They'll probably start mewing at some point because they think they've killed the toy.
Cats.
Great. But I realized I wanted to do that. And then going through the level 3, it got more intense because instead of just hot light medium deep on the color, or pale medium deep, it became like there were new things like for acidity, instead of low medium high, it was low medium minus medium plus high, and you had to learn how to differentiate between those middle layers whenever you were tasting wines. And so then I just incorporated that as part of the expanded scope. Then that's when I added the Blick in, the balance, length, intensity,
which I actually,
complexity.
I know we joke that I don't actually watch the channel, which I do when I have time.
She's a very busy woman.
But I actually like that you added those in. It makes them longer, but you do like to talk. But it helps me understand where you're coming from, because you could say it's a good wine, and I can go, yeah, because I don't like it. But that doesn't mean it's not a good wine. It means I don't prefer it. Mm-hmm. So having those little layers and explanations and all that stuff helps me understand why you would say it's good. I'm trying to think of a wine. Oh, the Paxis.
Oh, yeah.
White.
The Paxis stuff is great.
And I don't like it at all.
Oh, not great. It's good or very good depending on the wine.
And I don't appreciate it. It's not my thing. But I can watch the video and I can hear the levels and the Blick and all that stuff and go, okay, I get why it is a quality wine for what it is. I don't like it.
No, I get that.
Yeah. So, kudos to you. It's not all about bashing him. I do appreciate the work.
No, we have a love-hate relationship. She loves to hate me.
Yep.
And so that's the way that we just kind of work out there. But anyway, so speaking of this, Blick. Balance, I think it's in balance. I like the balance. I think having that medium plus acid and still hanging on to some of that residual sugar within the wine allows it to work. If it didn't have the acid, it would just be really dense and cloying. It would not be a nice wine to drink.
Yeah, it's nice and bright.
Too much acid would probably throw the body out of balance on this. So I really do like the way they did this wine. Full point there. Length, medium, minus. I'm not getting too much of a finish on this, so I wouldn't give that a point. Intensity. On the nose, it was a medium plus intensity.
Really?
Yeah. Rieslings are a very aromatic grape. You drank all yours, didn't you? I'm just pouring you a small sample.
I don't smell wine. Like, I don't get the complexity and all that stuff. To me, this was very mild.
That's because you go straight to drinking it. That's why you don't smell
wine. No, because I don't... I have not spent time to develop my palate, my sensories, all that stuff.
When you sign up for your WSET 2 and you go through my educational quiz program and some of the tastings for that, then you will have your palate developed.
No, but have you actually posted any of your Lick 1,000 Things thing?
No, I need to edit that.
He needs to do this. It's so great.
So, hold on. Let me get through the Blick.
And
then I'll talk about licking 1,000 things.
And it really is more appropriate than it sounds.
Ish. So, okay, so length, medium, minus. Intensity. Yeah, I'm getting it before my nose even hits the rim. And then on the palate, it's not as pronounced as a lot of Rieslings I have, but it's still reasonably intense. I'm going to give it half a point there. And then complexity, I'm going to give it half a point because I'm getting a lot of primary fruits, but I'm getting no development.
There's no depth. Even I can get that.
So there's no like honey, the petroleum, which you hate that I like, things like that. None of that's there. And so I'm hoping I get this right, because if I don't do this right, Carl, who watches my channel, is going to call me out that I screwed up the math yet again on a video.
Who's Carl?
He's one of my subscribers. Hey, Carl. Hey.
And he checks your math?
Yes, and he's really good at calling me out whenever I screw up the numbers.
Carl, you and I can be friends.
So, thank you about that. But on the flip side, that's 2 points if I've done my math correctly.
And I don't pay attention enough to be able to verify.
That makes it good. That makes it good. So,
and I will tell you it's not bad.
No, it's not. It's good. It's a good wine.
So where's my Thai shrimp curry?
Wherever you left it. It's Thai food. I don't cook the Thai food around here. I make it all mush. That's horrible when I make Thai food. Okay, so let's take a moment to kind of. So mad at you sometimes. So I do want to bring up. I have the Chateau St Michelle website up. They have no information on here, practically, other than it has crisp apple aromas, which I did mention there was some green apple going on there, and that's the only thing they talk about.
Well, you also didn't give it a ton of complexity, so
that's true. That's true. But I did find something other than just apple. So their recommended food pairings. So you had mentioned Thai food.
Yeah, but they also recommend
A ray of
cheese.
cheese. They do. They also recommend light pasta and rice dishes, which, no, what the hell are y'all thinking? I would never pair this with pasta. No. Grilled fish, I could do grilled fish with this.
Yeah,
not pasta.
The sweetness in this and the heaviness of a pasta? No.
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 This is anti-pasta. Okay. But they do say it is 100% Riesling. And their sale price on this on the website is $9. HEB. What's up? You're the largest wine retailer in the state of Texas.
Don't call out the people.
And I can't. No, this is why they need me. I can help you. Oh, I'm totally shilling. I don't give a shit. So yeah. Anyway, this is I enjoyed this wine. This is.
It was nice.
Not too bad.
It is definitely one of my more approved Rieslings you've shared with me.
Even more than like the King's Ridge and the Smith Story.
Smith Story is okay. I don't remember King's Ridge, and this might the Story one you just said. I don't. They're different enough that this would be for a very different reason.
See, I really enjoy the Smith Story.
I know.
I enjoy King's Ridge. I'm debating on which one is my favorite domestic Riesling. I do like
we
them
might
both
have a
better
Riesling
than-
showdown coming up.
Oh no, we have a total Riesling off coming, and it's gonna be amazing because I'm gonna get something from Alsace, and I'm just gonna figure out where the hell is my favorite Riesling from.
Maybe that can be the next live. We can have people like send in the Rieslings they want you to try, and I can go find them. And
Yes, as a matter of fact, Pills. You mentioned that you might have some stuff to
don't
send
call
to
them
me.
names.
What? Pills?
I thought you were calling them pills. The people.
No, Pills, please. He's a subscriber on the channel.
Oh, hi!
Look, she doesn't even pay attention enough to know who subscribes to me.
Don't.
Gosh. Oh
he
my
just keeps
goodness.
dragging me in.
It's like marriage.
Yeah.
Okay. On that note,
Anyway, what about pills?
he had mentioned that he might have some stuff to send. He has his own little private growth and makes his own wine and stuff like that.
Ooh,
Send some stuff in.
We can put him up against Dexter.
Oh, Dexter would be fun. But Dexter doesn't make, like, Vitis vinifera wine. He makes, like, fruit wine. So he,
come on. Prickly pear cactus? Wine?
Versus a
Mesquite wine?
a Riesling or a Sauvignon. They're
That'd
not
be
the same
fun.
type of thing. I mean, it's
I know.
fun to try them, but they're not the same. You can't compare them. Hold on, you got an eyelash.
Of course I do.
That's right. No, you can't compare them. You can't compare those two. They're like, even in wine judging, they're totally different categories.
Totally.
You can't do that. However, you know what you can do?
What?
Can you please go get the Josh out of the fridge so we can move on to the Rosé?
Why me?
I can get it. You got to vamp while I take my time.
Don't take your time.
All right, vamp. Talk
I
to
can
folks.
vamp. I can totally vamp. That's fine. I only do this for a living. Sometimes. No, the real reason I'm wearing pajama bottoms and I don't want to get up because then you would see them. And so that would be a bad thing. But no, when he comes back, any comments or chats and stuff, call him Steve. He is no longer Stuart. Steve. Hi.
Bye. I didn't take
He's
my
back. Okay. You did not take long, thank you.
time. Yeah. Well,
I did not have to vamp very long.
It pays to have an upstairs wine fridge.
And by that we mean my college dorm room.
It worked out. It
Mini
works out.
fridge.
It works out. You don't have to bring that up.
And for the record, it's for water for the exercise area, not for wine.
Is that why those frozen hot dogs are in there?
Whatever.
Yeah, that's right. You're mad I brought that up.
Yeah. It's about to go down. Anyway. But see, this is Josh. Oh, you can't see the label very well because our lighting is terrible, apparently. But it's a very easy to find label. I just find squirrely script, and I pretty much know
Squirrely script
Squirrely script, yes.
instead of like swirly.
You could look for that, too. I very purposely said squirrely script.
Okay. Just check.
Anyway.
Yes, but this is the Josh by Joseph Carr. It's a 2019. It is, where is it? 12.5% alcohol by volume, and it is $11. Now, like I mentioned, I have not had this wine. Pulling up the info for Josh. Hold on, don't read the tasting notes part. Just look at the...
but that's so...
No, just look at where it says sourcing. That you don't want to ruin your potential here. So they are getting wines from Northern and Central California. And they do not tell you which grapes they're getting.
Well, not everyone's a wine nerd like you.
It drives me nuts when wine's... you're the website for the wine. Put the details in it. Come on, folks.
How do you really feel?
I'm frustrated.
Anyway,
A little bit frustrated.
so I've noticed over the last however long you've been getting wine magazines, there's been this spike in rosé popularity.
Yes.
At the same time, you hear the memes and the people and all that stuff on, say, real men don't drink rosé. So I think you and I have had this conversation. I might have dreamed it, but you had a good response. So if I dreamed it, remember what you said.
Because that makes it easy.
Yeah.
My response to that would be a real man drinks whatever the hell he wants.
And why, in Rosé's case?
So rosé has a bad rap. And actually, in I would say in the U.S., rosé has had a bad rap, and it's getting over it slowly. So rosé really got screwed up whenever the whole concept of white Zinfandel became popular. So it was basically a blended Zinfandel with a semi-sweet wine with a little bit of red Zin to make it a rosé, and it just is a sweet wine, and it kind of became associated with like being soccer mom drunk and like schmoozy house parties and stuff like that. It's not what real. I mean, I have to be careful because blending is a technique to make real rosé. But people who make serious rosé don't make wine like that. Like it's
like such a hot topic for you.
Oh my god, it makes me so mad whenever I hear people, I don't like rosé, and I'm like, oh, have you tried Bandol? Have you tried Coast of Provence? Have you tried? And I just can like go on and on. It's like, have you tried the Joseph Carr Josh Cellars rosé? Like, I don't even know if it's good, but it's. Oh, you have to
tell you the story of my first rosé.
Oh gosh, am I gonna?
You're gonna die.
Was it a white Zinfandel?
I have no idea. No, I do. So when I was my first semester of college, and we were on a road trip with some girlfriends and stuff. It was a team trip, and we got to the motel. Let's be honest, this was like bad. And,
not ignoring you, I'm just reminding people we're live.
Yeah, totally. And some of the girls, obviously most of us are underage. Some of them were right at 21. And I was not a high school or college drinker at all. It was not my thing. It's all about drinking responsibly. I actually like the wine and the taste and the flavor. I'm not a drunkard, no matter what he says. And so they got some wine and the solo cups and all that stuff. And I took a sip of what they were calling rosé, and it was the worst, most cloyingly sweet. Like, what is this? Why would you want it? Next thing I know, they're setting out Boone's Farm.
Oh, was it Strawberry Hill?
Yes! Oh, and they were calling it rosé because it was pink. I'm like, whoa!
God.
Okay, no, I'm just going to collect keys. I'm going to have water, and I'll hold your keys and make sure you're not going to kill yourself. You guys have fun.
I lost some of my soul in that story. Holy crap.
But does it make you proud of me for knowing that was crap?
Yes, it does. But,
yeah.
Someone with their tongue cut out could know Boone's Farm is crap, so that doesn't say too much.
That was not the purpose of this event.
However, at least you avoided what would be probably the worst hangover of your life.
Oh, no, they really...
Oh my god, Boone's Farm.
And it's not like we didn't have a game the next day. But, yeah, it was bad.
Oh, man.
This is quite a step up, just so you know, from Boone's Farm.
Yeah, anyway. So, yeah, I think White Zinfandel basically screwed up the rosé reputation in the U.S. for a long time. And, like I said, it's turning around. You have some people who are making some really solid stuff.
I'm back.
Graham Beck's. Well, they're not U.S. They're South African.
I don't care. It's good.
I know.
Kim Crawford.
New Zealand.
I don't care.
So
Can I drink it in the U.S.? Yes.
That's what I was going to say was we have a lot of people importing some good stuff. We have a lot of people who are actually making some really great stuff locally, especially here in Texas. There's a lot of really good rosés here in Texas. For those of you who watch my channel, I don't even need to tell you who they are because I talk about them constantly. So I'm just going to let that slide for once. You really want to say who it is, don't you?
I'm just going to sit here. This is your channel.
Okay. Anyway, so we're just going to let that slide. And but on the flip side, there's some non-local producers in terms of Texas that are making some really great things. One rosé that I've had recently, and I was actually quite fond of, and I have a review pending for it on the channel, is Empathy Wines rosé.
Oh, that was nice.
I
remember that one.
So, and I'll get into a little bit more details about this, but with Empathy Wines, their whole concept is what's the best $20 bottle of wine we can make
right up
at this time. And so they take a look and say, let's get wine or juice or grape sources from all over the place. Let's figure out what really works, and then from there, we'll kind of source stuff out and figure out what we want to make, like whether it be a blend or, I mean, even Gary was like, if I have to go to Idaho to get the grapes I want, I'll go to Idaho and get the grapes from a vineyard.
So do they only source from U.S. grapes?
The goal is focusing on U.S., yes.
Well, that's kind of cool.
So that makes it nice and easy in terms of being able to get all of that information. So, and I just accidentally closed the chat tab. I don't know how I did this. This is how awesome I am.
Newbie mistake.
Yeah. This is what happens when you reach for the wine bottle to pour and you hit the wrong button on the mouse. Oh, well.
Hit him up on Twitter.
We'll figure this out. Okay, so...
And I can't fix it because I don't use YouTube.
Yeah. Well, this is my first time streaming on this version of YouTube.
You're still 10 times further than I would have gotten.
So... That's because I spent way too much time this week trying to figure this out. And obviously, I still haven't gotten it. So, let's pour this here. All right,
you did not give me cork. Woo, I can already smell it.
Well, there's no cork. Screw top plus one.
Okay.
If you had gotten cork, that would have been an amazing, amazing
I don't know if I would have
turn
taken
of
it.
events.
Yeah.
That's quite funny. Oh man. So with this, just for y'all who are joining and you don't know, this is the 2019 Joseph Carr Josh Cellars Rosé. No detail on the website as to what's in it, but it is 12.5% alcohol by volume. And I want to say I paid somewhere between $10 and $12 for it.
That's usually what you do.
Yeah, I can't really remember off the top of my head. But let's get to the color. So from a color standpoint, you're pink. You're pink. It's a medium pink. Yeah, medium pink. On the nose, what's the first thing you get out of that? First two things. Tell me.
I can't. I'm terrible at the smelling. I knew you were going to ask me that too. I don't know. I smell a drink. I smell... You hate me. I do not do this to be a pain. I can taste things. I can't pick out smell.
I'm getting strawberry and watermelon.
So, babe, I really smelled strawberry and watermelon.
Bubble gum. A little bit of lime.
This is why I always wonder why he asked
me to be on.
Touch of peach blossom.
Not really getting any sort of a like mallow notes. Like no.
It's not overly complex.
No.
There's not a lot of depth to it. I mean, it's a nice smell.
It's kind of floral, kind of citrusy, kind of red fruity, maybe a little bit of red cherry. But there's not. I mean, it's just a lot of primary fruit. There's not.
And I'm not getting a whole bunch of alcohol notes off of it until I really take a long slow breath.
Oh, nose intensity.
Is that what that is?
medium plus on the nose intensity. It's actually fairly aromatic.
I feel like at this point I'm hyperventilating.
Yeah, no, it smells pretty good. It smells like it's a rosé that is not too funky or anything like that. So
not too funky.
You want to taste it first?
I do.
Let's get to taste. Hold on. Don't
Please.
break this glass. So, as you notice, I'm using 2 different glasses. This used to be a pair. But then
I got him.
Haley decided that she was going to break one of them. And so now I'm on the search for some nice new tulip glasses, ideally that are wife-proof. So if you know of any...
No such thing.
Leave a comment. Leave a comment and let me know.
No, yeah. I was on a flight, so I travel for work. I was on a flight out of town on his birthday / Father's Day and realized I'd completely forgotten about the day. So before my flight, it's like going down the runway and I'm supposed to not have Wi-Fi on. I jump on Amazon real quick and do a Amazon Prime of these tulip glasses so they got there. Like that day, the Prime Now, back when that was a thing. He was really excited. I totally did not do that in 2 seconds because I forgot.
Okay, so on that note, I'm actually having some people saying that they're having some hard time finding me. So before I actually get into my review, well, honestly, it doesn't surprise me because YouTube does a lot of weird stuff. So
Don't make them mad.
In the last few weeks, I've actually had people tell me that they have not been able to find me on, see my videos upload.
What?
Yeah. There's a whole bunch of things.
I get the notices every single time.
I'm going to take a look at this real fast, and let's see if I can look at these settings to see what is going on. We may have to stop this and restart it, which I really don't want to do.
That would be a bummer, but we'll do what we have to.
Yes.
Yeah, no, I set all my phone stuff up to make sure that I get you every time you load, no matter if I'm on a call or whatnot, or Leo. I get...
I'll reset that.
And Michigan Gardener. Am I Gardener? I learned a lot about tomatoes from him. That could be a... Can I tell them what you just did?
Yes. So apparently there was a setting that was not live that I just found out about. And yeah, that's so much fun. That's so much fun right there. So
but we're back.
Yeah. Let's keep this going because apparently I am a total dunce when it comes to doing this for the first time.
But it'll be recorded. They can come back.
That's right. It will be recorded. You can always join in.
So we're now public.
But on the flip side, I did enable the DVR aspect of it, so people can go back and watch as we are still recording this stuff. People can go back and watch.
Yeah, that's cool.
I'll leave a note for everybody real fast and let you know. I think I fixed it.
Yeah, there you go. That's the joys of doing this kind of stuff when you don't have like
a production crew.
Yeah.
Yeah.
When it's basically a hobby and you're like, yeah, this will be fun to do. You just gotta figure it out on the fly. Grace abounds, people.
Yep.
Yep. It's all good.
So, yeah, if you're available, stick in. So, fix the live stream, stop on by. Hopefully, Frida, you can stop by.
Yeah,
Janice,
we're on the Josh.
Carl.
Rosé.
Scott. Maybe if I'm
Bob.
looking.
Is there a Bob? There's always a Bob.
There's probably a Bob.
There's always a Bob. I don't know.
Oh, my gosh.
Pills? Is that
Pills?
his name?
Yeah. Pills.
Scott?
Please. Scott. Carl.
Carl. Okay. See, I don't know. I know all you guys. You're awesome.
So, see, look, we already have things coming back. See, this looks like the metrics I was expecting to get before I totally screwed up the launch of my live stream. But you know what? It's to be expected. It really is.
Let us get in the groove.
It's the
this
first
has never
one.
been high production.
Well, and so I used to do streaming on Twitch and some other platforms like that. But I was using a service that took care of like all of this crap. But it was back on YouTube's old live stream platform. Then they updated all that stuff. And I decided to do this. And I ran a test one yesterday, and it looked like it worked from my end.
Well, because it's private, so you can see it.
That's why it looked like it worked from my end. I'm not saying that I wasn't an idiot. What I am saying is that I figured this out, and it won't be a problem going
Moving forward, we're good, yeah. Mm-hmm. Now you're on 44 minutes late.
No, I don't. No. Hey, Scott was on time.
Thank you, rookie.
I was on time.
Oh, is that Scott?
Yeah. I was on time. The internet sucks. Okay, so
You didn't click the right buttons.
I'm part of the internet.
Okay.
I suck too. I admit that.
Okay.
So, God, this is so fucking embarrassing. Ugh.
It's all good.
That's
It's
okay.
all good.
That's what happens.
There's wine available.
Yes. So, Scott, you totally missed the Riesling.
But didn't we talk about him? No, we talked about Carl.
We talked about Carl. We talked about pills.
Okay, it's all good.
Catch
him up.
So essentially, I gave it a good rating. We'll do a quick catch up for those in a previous part of the live stream on Wine on the Dime. Chateau St Michelle, I liked it. I gave it a good, nice amount of residual sugar balanced out with the acid. Yay, Monterey! But I didn't think that it had very much length. I didn't think it was too complex. So I said it was not bad for what it was. Gave it a good, and kind of moved on from there.
Needs a really spicy shrimp Thai curry.
Yes, it needs a.
That's my contribution
or
to the channel.
according to them, a light pasta dish. Which
No.
I would not pair pasta with that wine whatsoever. It would not be a good. That would be no bueno. The wine would just get lost in the pasta.
Okay.
I would not like that. No. But now we moved on to the Josh. And Haley told a really funny story about how her first rosé was Boone's Farm.
No, I was told it was rosé. It ended up being Boone's Farm. I stopped drinking and became the DD that night, so that's fine. Yeah.
Yeah, it's a $9 bottle that drinks like a $9 bottle. That's 100%. So for those of you who don't know, the Rookie Wine and Whiskey Enthusiast, he has a YouTube channel as well. And his focus is on Washington State wines and spirits. So if you're interested in that specific area, definitely stop by, take a look at his channel.
There's a lot of really cool stuff out there.
Yes, there is. And on top of that, Chateau St Michelle, obviously a Washington State one. And so for him, it was probably like, oh God, he's reviewing it, so I don't even want to pick it up. But
well, I remember when we were out there, how surprised I was to find out that Washington and Oregon has a desert. Like on the other side of you always think of Seattle and all those places as being wet and dreary and gross, but then you don't ever think of the other side of the mountains, desert. And so that was really cool to find out. So they've got some really great wines from that region, and we had a lot of fun, and I remember it all. So that's...
You don't find too many wines on the other side of the mountains. You kind of get onto the other, the mountains on the other side. Everything kind of works out. It tends to work pretty well, but that's because grapes like stress. If you give grapes too much water, too many nutrients, then the quality, or the vines, I should say, then the quality of the grapes really don't.
It's like a good strong woman. Well. You got to put us through the ringer to get.
So on to
You're not going to go there at all.
I'm not, because if I say what is on my mind as of this moment, this channel will be banned by YouTube.
Anyway, so can I have more? Because you've been talking and I've been tasting.
Okay, well, hey Daryl, how's it going? Glad you can make it, and glad that you are willing to drop in after I totally screwed up the intro. So, yeah. So
you didn't screw up the intro. It was a very good intro, and they should go back and watch it.
It was a good intro. I just screwed up my ability to execute on the first live stream for the channel, which is, well, I should say I had live streams in the past, but they weren't the same. They weren't this. They were just kind of playing around, stuff like that. So, okay, cool. So Janice is there as well, and Melissa. Nice. Glad the whole family's there.
So we're on the Josh.
Yes.
Do you want to go back to the color and nose real quick, since we missed everybody?
So in terms of the color,
drinking.
I gave it a medium pink, and which actually could be arguably
I'm going peachy, but
deep pink. But
really?
But there's not enough color at the top of the lip for me in order to give it deep. So I'm going to say medium pink. Nose, medium plus nose. There's a lot of strawberry, a lot of bubblegum, watermelon, a little bit of lime. No mallow.
I'm always surprised when you come up with this big long list of stuff, and I'm like, it's fruity, which isn't actually fruity, but.
So I'm going to do a video on this at some point of how I pick out all of the nose notes and the flavors on the palate and stuff like that. And a lot of it has to do with you're a checklist person. How did you cut your arm?
I know.
How did you cut your arm?
I'm me. Just ignore me.
You're a checklist person, and so you'll understand this. Is I go through, and as I'm doing this, I'm like, all the red fruits that I can think of. Am I getting any of those? All the green fruits, all the black fruits, and I go through it as fast as I can while smelling it. And when things align, I just kind of like word diarrhea it out, and that's how I.
At work, we call that verbal vomit, but that's probably not appropriate for a wine food thing.
That's fine.
Thank you, Janice. Yes, he talked me into it. We shipped my kids off to my mom's, our kids off to my mom's, so I could be here. I get to drink lots of wine.
She's not disappointed.
No,
at all.
No children. Wine. It's great. Yeah.
But yeah, so like a lot of primary fruit. Not getting really any mallow notes, no cheesiness, no cottage cheese, no any smell like that. However, you've been drinking it, so you may be getting something on the palate that I'm not getting. I'm going to go ahead and move on now. Now that I've fixed the freaking live stream and everything. Oh my gosh, I'm so beating myself up for that. I need some wine to get over it.
Do it. So like this is a sit on a rainy Texas night when it's not oppressive and it's like a crisp rain, and just put your feet up on a patio and just listen to crickets.
It says really nice acid to it.
Yeah. That's what I said.
You said crisp.
And patio and rain, and I set the mood, man.
But it has nice acid. Oh my god. So, Screaming Eagle. Oh hell no, I'm not doing Screaming Eagle. Man.
What's Screaming Eagle?
That's not a cheap wine.
Oh. No, if they send it.
Now if a Screaming Eagle wants to send me here, look. Let me pull up the latest vintage for Screaming Eagle on like Vivino. And here, let's do this.
I've never even heard of him.
Well, you're not in the wine world.
No, I'm not. That's why you like me.
That is probably true. Screaming
Eagle Cab.
Yeah.
Holy mother! Oh my god! Whoa!
So yeah, that's why. Like, hey, if Screaming Eagle wants to send me something, I will
take a $9 Chateau St Michelle.
I will take a Screaming Eagle and fun, and I'm not gonna lie. Screaming Eagle, send me 2 bottles. I will review one on the site, and I will auction off the other one to pay for the year of the site. Oh my gosh, that is crazy.
Hi, Carl. Is that Carl?
Yes, that's Carl.
We've talked a lot about you, Carl.
Yeah. Kids don't need to go to college. That's right. That's like a semester of college. Or at least it was when I was there. Now, like, however many years later.
Yeah, no, give up on that.
Yeah. Oh, my God. What was it? 10 years later? 12 years? No. When did we graduate college? Crap.
I was 06. 14?
I was, okay, I was 05. I was, because you had one more semester past me. So, yeah. Yeah.
We're old.
Yeah, we are.
Again, rewind to the underwear and pillow conversation. We're old. This is why you asked me on.
Not certain about that. I'm not certain about that. We are still looking that up. Anyway, hey, Tasting Wine, good to see you. No, I am not renewed the Costco membership. There are a few wines that I am interested in trying now from Costco after seeing a few videos, especially like Signature Series video that you released, but I have not renewed my Costco membership.
Well, it's almost time to pick up Christmas dresses for the kids, and Costco's the best.
That is the best place to do it.
We might have to do that.
I think, can I restock the wine fridge?
Shh.
Yes, that's a yes. You heard it. That is her way of saying yes. So.
The small wine fridge.
Oh, not the 500 bottle?
No.
Oh, crap. Well, anyway, that'll work. But as Monterey said, kids don't need to go to college. It's fine. Yeah. Hey, you know what? You know what that is? That is incentive. That is how you get your kids to work hard. Say, I spent all your college money on wine. The only way you're going to college is if you get your own scholarship.
Oh, God. It's a good thing they're pretty. Anyway, blick this.
Yes. No,
No, so
I gotta finish the tasting. Hold on.
But Chris is asking about a locker. I'm guessing about the 500 bottle. So I have a friend who, super awesome, wonderful ex-CIA spy in the Czech Republic.
Say shit like that.
They don't know who he is. And he also dabbles in winemaking. And he had this massive 500 bottle wine fridge. And then he realized that he had enough friends that whenever he made wine, he instantly gave it away. So he didn't actually need the wine fridge. So he's like, hey, if you guys have a truck, you want to come get it? So we went and got it.
I got a free 500 bottle wine fridge.
I love him.
So
It's great. We have to fix the unit on it, but it's worth it.
Now, one thing I will do is I will shamelessly plug one of my friends' businesses. If you're in the U.S., even specifically within the Austin area or some of the major places like Miami, I want to say it's Chicago, L.A., a few places like
More
that.
than just Austin?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, cool.
There is a company called Vine Vault, and they will not only safely transport your wine if you're ever moving, if you have a wine collection, but if you want, you can outsource them to be your cellar as well. So you can say, hey, I want you to come get all my bottles, securely transport them in a temperature-controlled unit, put it into your temperature-controlled vaults, and you can either go visit them and or take things out, or you can call them, and they will actually bring some of your wines back to you. So it's all part of a monthly service. They don't even know I'm talking about this right now, but Vine Vault is a really cool thing. If you do have a lot of wines and you don't want to store them locally, or for some reason you don't think you have the space, or you don't want to deal with other refrigeration, they can take care of all that for you, as well as the transport. So that's a really cool thing to have. Now, let me get back to reviewing this, because you keep interrupting me.
I will shut up.
All right.
I'm not good at shutting up.
No, you're not. Medium plus acid, medium body. There's actually a little bit of tannin note to it. I can actually I can get tannins a little bit.
You want to
very low on the tannins, but they're noticeable. They're a tiny bit scratchy. Alcohol. It tastes like a low alcohol wine, even though I know it's a medium. It tastes like I can't even taste the alcohol whatsoever. Palate intensity, medium plus on the palate intensity. It's got the fruits really kind of popping there, and
it's always interesting to me.
It's off dry.
It can be not very complex, but still have a lot of flavor. To me, that doesn't. As the non-pro wine person, I always think that to have a lot of flavor and body.
You are very pro wine.
I'm not WSET stuff. I assume complexity equals flavor, and that's not it at all. And I learned so many things from you.
You heard it.
I know.
You heard it. No, it's it's an interesting wine.
Daryl's near Fredericksburg?
Mm-hmm.
That's cool.
Daryl and Janice.
Nice. And if any of y'all aren't near Fredericksburg, Texas, you need to go there, because 290 is awesome. So
it's one of the second most visited wine region in the United States, if I recall.
Was it Forbes that listed it as one of the most underrated, awesome places to go?
Oh, no, they're in Mississippi, but they go there all the time. That's right. Yeah, Janice will ping me from time to time when y'all are going out there, and it's like every single time she's doing that, we have something going on. Like, we are taking the kids to something, or Haley wants me to shovel like 4 tons of rocks into the backyard.
He's strong.
Or things like that. It's the wine. What happens is she's telling me I can't have wine until I do the job, and then the job gets done in like record time every time. So that's what ends up happening. I'm not strong. I'm just very much devoted to a specific fermented beverage. But anyway, so let's get to the blend. Balance. It's in balance.
Yeah.
I think it's in balance. Length, medium finish, 0.5 point. Intensity, medium plus on both, so I'll give you 0.5 point. And complexity, nah. If it had more,
Oh, he's gonna hem and haw.
So I am getting bubblegum. I'm getting lime. I'm getting a little bit of like florality. I'll give it 0.5 point.
Scotia.
I
have to see.
But I'm not going to give you a full point unless I'm getting mallow. If I got mallow, then I'd give you a full point. So let's see. I need to do this math correctly so Carl doesn't roast me down. I know he really is watching. I have 1 point for balance. Half, and half.
Okay, Daryl finds lime.
See, I'm not totally crazy. You think I'm crazy when I do this stuff.
I just don't have a palate. Seriously, you need to tell them about like 1,000 things.
So, okay, hold on. That's 2.5 points on the blick. I'm going to give it good. There we go.
Oh, now you're getting questions, man.
Can a rosé age for a few years in your wine cellar? Yes, it can. But here's the deal: is with rosés. Actually, this applies for white wines and rosés. I would not age a wine that didn't have a reasonable amount of acid to it, because as it ages, it's going to develop through, especially if it has a cork. So you're going to get micro-oxidization through the cork, and that's going to change some of the character of the wine. As part of doing that, the acid itself kind of weakens over time, and so if it's not already high in acid, you're going to open it, it's going to become a flabby wine. And so I don't recommend aging a white wine or a red or a rosé for too long without there being a reasonable amount of acid to it.
So like, would you buy a couple, taste it, make sure it has high acid?
Yeah.
And then...
So you can do something where... if you know you really like a wine that's drinking well now, but you want to see how it can go, buy a handful of them, and then open one every year. Or you can do something like keep one going but have a Coravin, and because it uses the blanket method, and so it actually pushes the oxygen out as part of the process. But you have to have high acid. If you don't have high acid in a wine, it's not going to work out. The best wine that I've had recently was a 1971 ice wine from Germany, from Mosel.
God, you love the people you know.
It was fantastic. That wine was so acidic. It was a 71, and I drank it 2 weeks ago. It was opened 2 weeks ago. It was so acidic, it literally burned my throat raw, and I had to drink water for like 30 minutes before I could even... Because it's acid. I love acid. I love acid in wines. Yuck. No, Janice.
So I'm curious. You keep using like real names with a lot of these guys, and some are there, but who's the rookie? Is that Gus?
Scott.
Oh, Scott. I don't know you, Scott. I know Gus.
Ice wine. Yeah, so ice wine.
So weird. St. Michelle, Chateau St. Michelle has a really interesting ice wine.
Have you had it? I haven't even had their ice wine.
We had it at the tasting.
Oh, no, we did have it at the tasting.
It was
that
really
long ago.
good.
Yeah. So ice wine is it's basically when the grapes freeze on the vine and then they're harvested and extracted. And so when the grapes freeze, it actually concentrates the sugars.
Oh, I would have gotten that right.
Yeah, it concentrates the sugars and preserves the acid. And so you get this really high residual sugar wine, but it also has high acid. And so because of that, they balance each other out naturally. Some places make them routinely. Normally, what they do is they will find that their grapes are sort of like an exceptional vintage, and ice wines will be made with an exceptional vintage. They'll just let them hang until it gets to the point where they freeze through, and then while they are frozen, they'll go through and harvest them and then go and perform the winemaking process through there. So ice wine's really cool, but for like 187... like the latest vintage of ice wine that I had before this one was a 2015. For 187 milliliters, it was $45. So basically a large glass of wine.
Yeah, so we drink it when we get it gifted or at a tasting.
Yeah. However, that 1971 was in a full standard bottle.
Oh,
It was
dang.
750 milliliters of ice wine. And it was so good.
It pays to go through the W set and meet people.
Now, I will say, though, that was not the star of the night. If I'm wine flexing here, I'm going to flex hard.
He's totally bragging.
The star of the night was the 1999 Grange.
Totes.
That was so good.
What that means?
It's like it's from Penfolds, so it's one of the most premier producers in Australia. It was so
From
good.
Pencil?
Penfolds.
Okay.
But it's so good, and I think the 1999 at the time was going for about $1,000 a bottle. So that was a really nice wine to try. And Tall just lit me up on that pour. It was like, I was sitting here like, oh, that's like $200 worth of wine I'm gonna drink, and I drank it, and it was great. So
gotta stop letting you have nights off.
It's so good. It's so good. So hey, you know what? That's not my fault. You live in Washington. You should move here. What?
Anyway, does he know Gus?
I don't know. So you might want to. So hey, Scott, reach out to the Unknown Winecaster. He is based out of Seattle, and he is a WSET Level 3 Italian wine scholar. He probably has a diploma level of knowledge at this point. But
and he lives right around the corner from this really awesome noodle bar.
Yeah, so
so good.
So reach out to him. He's in Seattle, and he has a YouTube channel as well. He hasn't made videos in a while, but the content that you'll find on the Unknown Winecaster's channel is amazing. I actually linked to it in my WSET Level 2 quiz videos because the stuff he has is going at a level 3 or beyond in terms of the quality of content. And I'm not going to lie, if I could have anyone's voice in the world,
oh my God,
it would be Gus's.
James Earl Jones.
It's I can't even impersonate it. It's so velvety. So you need to go and check him out too. He's a great channel. Oh, that's how you got me. Hey, you know what?
Nice.
All working together.
Yeah.
All working together here. So,
okay.
So now
next,
the Claret, the Francis Ford Coppola Claret. So
cool! That's how Rookie got into it.
Nice.
Oh, Gus is so awesome.
So anyway, Ford Coppola Claret comes with this nice little kind of metal fishnet thing going on here. Now there's a special way of opening this and preserving the net. So at the top, it's going to be hard to see on here, but at the top there's a little square weave of where the netting goes.
Trust me.
You get your fingers and you kind of widen this to go around.
Nails?
No, I don't need nails. I need maximum effort. And so you just kind of there we go. You get it down here, and then you pull it down, and you get this. So to preserve the netting around it, then you take this, you twist it, and then you get some fingers, and you just stick it right up in that punt. Just multiple fingers up in the punt. And then at that point, you preserve
rating R.
the netting.
Why do you want to preserve the netting?
Because it looks fancy. It's gold netting. But that's how you preserve the netting on a wine like that.
But isn't that like Somm level stuff? Like the presentation and whatnot, and you don't care about that?
That's like the most Somm thing I know.
Okay.
It does seem dirty, but you know what? Sometimes you got to get dirty to make wine and to enjoy wine. It's okay.
I remember the first time. Oh, nice. I remember the first time I learned what that dent in the bottom of the bottle was called, the punt, because I used to make glassware out of wine bottles, and it was a lot of fun. And then I realized, wow, I don't have time for this. And I laughed so hard when I realized that was called a punt. I had no idea why, and it just sounded so wrong. And then, of course, now he's taken my discomfort with that word to a whole new level.
I use it every chance I get. It's so great. The other thing, did you know what the side hole in a wine barrel is called?
Yes, because you told me, and it's so wrong.
It's a bung.
Yes,
it's the bung hole.
Yes.
Wow, this totally got immature so fast. So
well, only if you don't think about wine.
That is true. There you go. See, he knows. He knows the bung hole.
And pour.
All right, pour the wine. Fine, I'll do what you ask.
It's late on a Saturday and there are no children around.
That's fine.
Wine.
Hey, so if y'all are out there, what are y'all drinking? Light up on chat and say what you're enjoying tonight. Give some notes if you can. It's interesting. I always like to hear what other people are drinking, what they think of it.
Oh, where'd it go? Janice is doing another rosé. No, Rookie. Rookie's doing another rosé.
Yeah, the Nebbiolo one. Yeah, that I love Nebbiolo. It's one of my favorite grape varietals, especially from Northwest Italy. Oh, it's so good. Barbaresco, Barolo. So many good things. So many good things.
So we're moving on to Claret.
Claret. This one I actually need to pull up the technical specs on because it is funky. So don't look at scents. Don't look at tasting notes. I know you're trying to do that. This is 80% Cabernet Sauvignon, 17% Petit Verdot, 2% Petit Sirah, 1% Malbec, 13.9% alcohol by volume. They were nice enough to give the pH on this. This is a 3.63, which is very nice. I'm glad that they actually
I don't know if I've ever noticed that.
And it spent 14 months
French
in French oak.
So I might not like this.
No, you don't like American oak.
Oh, okay.
You don't like the coconut and the vanilla.
Yeah,
this is more going to be like cedar and baking spices.
Oh, okay, I like this.
Yeah, you're going to like this one. It's going to be cool. Or at least I hope it is.
This is really good cheese. I don't know what it is.
Okay, so I'm getting ahead of myself. The color. It's a pretty dark wine.
Sweet. So
I would say it's purple.
Monterey Mamacita makes her own?
Medium purple. No artifacts, no cloudiness.
Ooh.
Oh, nice.
So now you're making him jealous.
Well, until at some point I start the new series after the education stuff is done.
I'm just going to go right past that.
Yep. So hey, chat. You guys get to help me vote on this. Y'all, who are my loyal subs who are following me tonight, get to help me figure this out. Should my next series, after I'm finished with all the WSET education stuff, which is going to take a while, should it be I'm going to start making my own wine series and documenting how much I fail at that?
Yeah.
Or should I go for my WSET diploma?
No.
We will leave this up to you.
No.
Just let us know.
I totally don't agree.
So, oh, nice.
Oh,
hey.
Kitski. You've done this before, right?
No, I've not done Kitski.
Oh, no, I'm thinking of one of my... I know someone whose last name is
someone who
Klitsky.
does that.
Sorry.
All right, so we have one vote for diploma.
Nope.
Two votes for diploma.
I no longer like any of you.
Hey, so Janice, where'd you get? Who made your wine? What's the vintage on that? I did one the other day, and I thought it was reasonably nice.
Like, I just totally
dropped cheese in front of everyone. That's fine, whatever.
So why is winemaking good for people with other things going on? My concern is he's got enough hobbies. He doesn't need more hobbies. I need more hobbies.
I need more certs.
No.
You can do live streams. How about that? You can do live streams with me.
No. I still want to do our podcast, but that takes, effort.
We do need to get the podcast up and running, too.
Yeah. So, we totally forgot about the wine.
No, I didn't.
I did.
I'm waiting for people to respond. I'll give them a second. There's a little bit of a lag. Chill. Okay. So, from the color, I mentioned medium purple. On the nose. Yeah, medium intensity on the nose. It has a noticeable amount of alcohol.
Yeah.
Like, how much did it say it was? 14...
I don't know. Carl will know.
13.9. I thought it was like 14.1.
It smells a lot hotter than that, but...
Mm-hmm. It's, it almost smells like it's a high alcohol. Thanks.
So... Carl, you're awesome because he actually remembers math from college and high school and stuff. I went further, but he actually does it. So, like, our 4th grader is in advanced math, and there are times that I go cross-eyed. I'm like, what? Well, that, and people teach math weird now. So.
Yeah.
Yeah. But.
Yeah.
I just have to hang the hat that I went further than he did in math.
One level further.
It was an important level.
To you. I'm so glad you retained so much of your calculus.
I did not.
All right, so I'm getting a lot of black fruit on this, like plum, blackberry, raspberry. There's a little bit of raspberry. It's not black fruit. But
so Daryl's drinking this with us. And Janice is now my new favorite person
Common
because
Core
Common Core sucks.
There's like a black currant on this too.
I'm getting that.
Yay! You're closer to your W set too.
No.
I'm not really getting much secondary there. There's like a slight, maybe like a little bit of a clove, maybe a touch of that cedar, but not really too much.
I'm getting a hint of tobacco.
Yeah, there's a little bit of something there like that.
No, I'm totally not. I just saw that on the tasting notes from your...
Oh!
I don't know what I'm talking about.
No, I smell the tobacco. It's like a sweet tobacco. It's like a fresh leaf.
I like this. That's what I know.
I'm going to get to the taste.
Oh, he hasn't tasted it yet. I'm terrible at this. Sorry.
Full body. Ooh, lots of that. Ooh, that's a lot. Black fruit. That's a very black fruit.
Like I said.
It's a fruit bomb.
That's why I could get it. Stop with the smacking, dude. Get on kid all the time for that.
Medium plus a finish. Medium acid. Medium plus tannins.
I'm getting tannins for sure, but
medium plus tannins. They're like a sandy tannin. Like no, they're not sandy. Because sandy is a coarse mineral.
It's a chick from Greece.
Well, it's the one that I want.
Oh my god.
But no, it's more of like a. No, there's no Cab Franc in there. Surprisingly, it's Cabernet Sauvignon, Petit Verdot, Petit Sirah, and 1% Malbec because that made all the difference. So there is a slatiness. It is a little bit chalky, but the thing that I'm getting on the tannins, it's almost like it's a. I'm trying to remember the different soil structure. Is it loam? No, not loam. Clay? Yeah, it's kind of like a clay. Like if you ever pick up clay and you bite it and you kind of move it around in your mouth.
Seriously, talk about tasting things.
I'll talk about tasting things in a second. That's what it reminds me of.
Slate.
No. Yeah, that's what I said. It's like a slate, like a chalkiness. It's like...
Oh, I stopped paying attention.
No, you don't, folks. But the slate... So actually, slate and chalkiness are different because slate implies there is a very slight bit of smokiness to it. Whereas flinty tends to be very smoky and very mineral heavy.
So Daryl, he has eaten clay. He has eaten plants. He has licked trees. He has sucked on sand.
Eaten charcoal briquettes.
Oh gosh, that was so gross. So seriously, we go out into the country a lot, and he has, for years... No, Janice, he seriously has eaten clay. For years, he just will randomly go and videotape himself eating and licking things randomly. Completely randomly. The idea being that eventually he will be able to compile a video of tasting 1,000 things. Because that's how he develops his palate. Like, one of my favorite movies is French Kiss, where they have the smelling box. And...
Pica.
Nice.
Yes.
Yeah, our dog has that.
She really does.
But like we're out of this like Airbnb equivalent thing that we have through my network, which it's really embarrassing when you've got your coworkers and stuff walking around the property and he's down on the ground eating charcoal from an old fire pit. Like, what? But it's so that he can develop his palate and, like, he can actually say, no, I've tasted clay. I've tasted charcoal.
When
I've licked lichen.
When we're walking around the playground area and I just meander over to the swing set and lick the aluminum pole.
That's metallic.
Yeah. Okay, that's like an aluminum metallic.
It's so gross.
It's like, let me go to the pull-up bar and lick that.
Granted,
so
this was all pre-COVID, so he doesn't just randomly lick stuff right now.
So, like, there's a little bit of a Ferris note there. There you go.
Yeah, like, I get the concept, but it's just creepy weird. Yeah. So, what I find really funny, there's this winery we like, is it Bending Branch? No.
Which one?
Out by Comfort. ish, where we go hear the.
Which is like, no bending branches out there. Yeah.
They bring in a lot of stuff from the Texas High Plains, and there's this like manure note to it. And so in this whole taste 1,000 things thing, like I just have this idea of him eating a cow pat, and it makes me laugh every time. He's never done it.
No,
I hope he won't.
I can't bring myself to that. I can't bring myself to that. No.
But yeah, that's us.
No, I'm not gonna do the cow patty. Trust me, when you smell them, that's as close as you need to be to them. It doesn't work out. It's not quite the same thing.
That being said, it's actually the pasture taste.
No, I did like monkey bars. No, seriously, like I went up and I licked the swing set to find the aluminum, and then because it had rained, it was clean. It was a clean monkey bar, and I pulled myself up and I licked the monkey bar, which is probably how that camp got COVID. If we're gonna segue into that.
Derail from that.
Yeah.
No, I don't like the Cappy note either, which is why I like New Zealand Sauvignon Blancs. I don't get that.
Well, I have them.
I don't get that. I don't care if they have it or not. I don't get that. Wine is subjective. It's personal.
They're more tropical and more fruit based. They have less of that traditional Loire Valley sort of cat pea note.
Lower Valley. Loire.
Yeah, whatever. I can't speak French anymore. It doesn't matter.
Judge him, people.
No Sancerre though. Holy crap! It's not Sancerre. Sancerre's like hardcore distilled cat pea in a glass.
No.
So very different there. Very different there.
By the way, none of y'all are doing the thing. You weren't here because he had it on private. Shoot. So when you went to get the rosé out of the fridge, I told everyone to start calling you Steve. And no one was here. That totally bombed.
Or was that my plan?
Oh my god.
It was not my plan.
Anyway.
I just totally screwed that up. Thanks for, I hadn't finally gotten over it. And then you bring that back up. I'm so glad that you did that.
Good job, Steve.
Yes, I had it on private.
Yeah, Daryl. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
So here's the thing. I did a test stream. It should have worked. I checked all my settings during lunch today. It looked like it was going to be fine. I clicked play and I'm like, only a few people are watching. That's a little bit weird. I just screwed it up.
I wasn't judging.
I just screwed it up.
I wasn't judging.
So, future videos, I am going to quadruple check all of the settings.
We now know all the settings to check.
Yes. So, that will not happen again. But yes, I totally own the fact I'm a screw up. It's fine. I admit that.
Cool. So Carl wants spec sheets on wine. What's a spec sheet?
So it's like this thing right here.
Okay.
Yeah, actually, can you control C for me, please? And then I will have you control the V. So if you're not, all y'all follow me. You probably have seen this kind of stuff before, but this is a spec sheet. I posted it in chat. It is essentially the manufacturer's document that they send out to people who are buyers and things like that, who will then use it to make decisions on whether or not they want to try the wine. I don't even know why Coppola even bothers with it, because people will just bite off the name anyway. But,
is that Francis Coppola?
Yeah.
I so know what I'm talking about.
Anyway, but it's one of those things where people will produce it. A lot of people who are really into wine like looking at the sheets, but if you're like me, I don't like looking at the sheet until after I've tried the wine, because I actually have a game whenever I'm drinking wine.
Because everything's a competition.
Where when I blind taste a wine, I try to guess the ABV, I try to guess the vintage, I try to guess the pH, all of that stuff.
Ooh, that would be a fun live.
But
go ahead.
The best time I ever did it was during my W. I'm going to tell this story because this is another not so humble brag. We were doing our W set level 3, and we were doing tastings, and we were doing red wines that day. And the last wine, they They handed it to me. I poured my sample. It's all in bags and blacked out, and you can't see it. I poured the sample. I looked at it, and I was like, it's purple. It's just purple. Smelled it. I was like, okay, it's got black fruit, a little bit of pepper. It's kind of got like this like tobacco and leather type thing going on. And then when I tasted it, I tasted how high the alcohol was because it wasn't quite zinging on the nose, but it got me. And so I tasted it. I set the glass down, and the teacher was like, who wants to like call this? I was like, I'll call everything about this wine right now. And she's like, go for it. And I was like, it's a 2017 Shiraz from Australia, Barossa Valley. It is the Molly Duker. It is 13.9% alcohol by volume. The pH is 3.6, and it is $22 at HEB. And she pulled it out of the bag and had the receipt, and she goes, it's $23.
So hot.
And so that was the coolest moment I ever had. I can get the ABV, I can get other stuff, but I've never been able to replicate it down to that level. And the funny thing is I've only had that wine one other time.
But you have, like, what's the equivalent of a photographic memory of taste?
A photographic memory of taste. I don't know what.
Yeah.
A tastographic memory? No,
Janice, he did. Unfortunately, I know the guys in his class. He did. It was sad. But I am going to ping Janice. I'm going to back you up and not Daryl. Because, yes, your children should start to taste wine early. I grew up... I grew up overseas, and the only alcohol you could get was what your dad made in his garage, like, mudroom.
Well, there's no sort of, like, extradition, right? You can say where you grew up.
Yeah, but I don't need to.
She grew up in a very prominent Arab country that produces a lot of oil. Yeah. We'll just leave it there.
And so when you as an expat, from somewhere other than that place, you go into the country, you get hired, you move, and you get given a book called The Blue Flame, and they teach you how to make Sid in your mud room in your garage.
Because it rains so much in the desert.
Yeah. So, but when we came stateside for vacation and stuff, we had to come back once a year. The parents would always let me taste. We lived in a state where you could drink wine as long as your parents ordered it and then handed it to you. And I would taste and that kind of stuff. And it took away the rebellion. It took away this is something I shouldn't have. No one should have Sid. It's gross.
It's white lightning.
Yeah, we had white and Sprite and brown and Coke, and it was bad. I don't know why any of my friends did it. But, yeah, you should start them early so they can appreciate it and understand that it's not about getting drunk off your backside. So our oldest likes to cook, and so we'll always kind of let her taste a little sip here and there. She doesn't like it, but...
Oh, no, she likes red wine. She's a red wine. I got a 2015 Tempranillo the other day, and she thought it was awesome.
Yeah, but she'll sip a couple bits and then go back to Sprite.
Well, that's true, because she's a kid. She likes sugar.
Yeah, that's fine. But yeah, no, I'm all with you. Daryl, you're wrong. Nice.
What is black velvet?
Black velvet. I'm so curious. I don't know what black velvet is.
Neither do I. I've never heard of that.
No, but I remember my dad having these giant glass water jugs full of smoking chips, just filtering out all the... And they were in the junk room closet. Crappy Canadian whiskey. Oh, I'm sorry.
Hey, how you doing, Hillbilly Select Reviews? Glad you can make it.
See, my mother-in-law still does that, Hillbilly, and I don't agree with that at all. Why waste the wine?
My dad will pour like 2 ounces of wine into like a 12-ounce glass of ice and drink it. I don't understand.
Yeah, well, your first drink at all was at 23.
That's true.
So
I was a late starter. I promised myself, as a child, I saw one of my friends get drunk at a party, and I was like, dang, I will never drink.
I corrupted him so bad.
I was drinking before you. You just made it worse.
I'll give you that. Yeah, we weren't dating at that point, were we? Mm-mm.
I remember, so I'll tell this story.
Oh, God.
The first drink I ever had, the first full drink I was at my friend's apartment. We had just finished teaching martial arts for the day. And we were there, and I think no, I hadn't broken my toes. I can't remember. I hurt myself pretty badly. And I was like, I need Tylenol. Do you have any Tylenol? She goes, no, I don't have any Tylenol. I was like, what do you have? And she was like, oh, Budweiser. And I'm like, fine. Whatever it takes.
Who was this?
Jackie.
Okay.
Drank a Budweiser. Keep in mind, never had a drink before. Destroyed the Budweiser because I actually did not find it tasting bad.
And he was like this big. He was a skinny little guy.
At the time
I fattened him up.
At the time I was fighting in the 135-pound weight division. And I drank that Budweiser. I remember 20 minutes later, I'm sitting there watching X-Files, and my head is in her lap, and she's just cackling because she thinks it's the funniest thing ever. And I'm sitting here like, I don't know when I'm going to be able to go home. And so she finally just let me sleep on the couch. Then I went back the next day, and then we taught class for like 5 hours after I got home.
Rookie, can you clarify? Question for both of you. What drink again?
Are you talking about what we're having or what other people are having? What drink made me so sick? Oh, that was when I was at my VP's house.
Oh, you were having like Jack and Coke.
No, it was straight Scotch, like super peaty.
You were trying to impress people.
I was. That was the stupidest thing I've ever done.
That's great.
Oh,
in the story, it was Budweiser.
Yeah, it was a Budweiser. I had a Budweiser.
But he was like 2 pounds, and had never had a drink before.
First real drink. But in terms of the thing I drank that I will probably never drink again. So I've had Scotch before. I don't mind Scotch, but now there is there is a certain style of Scotch where it's like overpeated.
You can feel it right there.
Yeah, I can. It's not good. And I remember drinking it and going, hey, this isn't bad. And so he hands me the bottle and says, the bottle is yours. Have fun tonight. And so I was like, cool. I started drinking the Scotch. And then I remember walking out to the car and we left the house. I felt fine. We walked to the end of the driveway and I hand Haley the keys going, I really need you to drive home.
I was going to drive anyway.
I know. But I was like full on admitting it. And then I want to say that...
We weren't halfway down the block before you rolled down the window.
And stuck my head out. And it was like 40 degrees outside and you were going almost highway speeds. And I just kept my head out the window the entire ride home. Yeah, that was the worst one.
Almost the only one.
Almost the only one. There's only one other time I've gotten that sick. I don't want to admit that on camera.
Manger.
There were 2 other times I have gotten sick. Manger was not as bad as the other. I don't want to bring it up. So, yeah, that's right.
It's all good. So we have covered the Riesling. Janice, I saw that you did comment earlier. Go back and watch. She asked if you could post the Blick and all that stuff.
For the
Riesling, because they missed it because you...
Yeah, so I am recording the live stream, so when I'm done here, I will upload the video, and it should show up as a public video. Which I will do right this time.
Yeah.
But it will show up. But while I have y'all here, so I've been trying to figure out cadence. Do Friday nights work for y'all, or would you prefer like a Saturday, or like every 2 weeks? I'm trying to get feedback on this.
Or you like me, where every day is day, and it doesn't matter because it all runs together because you have no life. That's me.
But yeah, let me know. Yeah, let me know what y'all think in terms of timing and frequency. Right now, I'm kind of thinking like every other Friday is sort of the...
I can probably beg babysitting that much because this was kind of fun. It made me feel like I have a social life.
You just give kids Benadryl.
Yeah, there's that.
I'm kidding. CPS. Kidding. Ish.
So yeah, we got the Riesling, which was actually quite nice.
Yeah, gave the Riesling a good. So we can do a quick recap.
Yeah.
Just high level. Riesling, Chateau St Michelle. Good. Not disappointed by it. Josh?
Much more up my alley.
Good.
Not a Grambeck. Grambeck?
Grambeck, yeah. But Grambeck is a sparkling rosé.
But it's
done
good.
using the traditional method.
I don't care. It's
so
good.
it's going to have a lot more complexity than this because it's actually used primary and secondary fermentation.
Maybe we do Grambeck next time.
Oh, maybe we do Grambeck next time.
Actually, I'm thinking next time it would be a lot of fun to have them send you, or maybe send me, I don't know how to send me, what they want you to taste, and we do blind tasting kind of stuff. See if you can peg, years and
that would be
and
extremely depressing live on stream.
Yeah. Like, if they somehow we can figure out how they can get me stuff to find for you, and then we have 3 blind tastings, and you have to do the impressive thing you did.
Well, so
heck, I can go find some.
See, this is where it gets kind of weird though, because I want to try to keep things that are commercially available for most people.
I know.
So we have to be careful about that. Like, it can't be any Texas wines or anything like specific Finger Lakes wines that don't have mass distribution. Like, you're gonna have to go to Total Wine or HEB or something like that and kind of find those.
I can talk to Cody. He's still there. I can talk to Sammy. I'm tall.
Oh no, because they're gonna focus on so many niche things. We have to figure this out. But maybe drugstore wines, that might not be a bad idea.
Franzia.
I have a video on Franzia coming out. It's going to be a blast. You guys should watch it.
Oh, Lord.
Yeah, Franzia will probably be out next week or the week after. I'm trying to figure out when I'm going to publish it. Because I went... So also recently I went to Parr Vineyards in Mason, Texas, and I shot a winery review out there. And so I need to figure out when I'm going to release that as well. So yeah, I think that would be a thing. Daryl mentioned horizontal tastings.
Oh, that'd be cool.
So do some horizontals of an area instead. That could be a cool thing.
I really enjoyed doing the vertical.
The vertical ones were fun.
That was interesting. I had no idea. And yes, Carl, Gus rocks. Yeah. All the things. So many things.
But,
so I think this is a thing.
Yeah, this is I think we'll probably continue with this. You guys can drink, have fun. Who knows? Maybe I can even set something up in future ones where y'all get to even maybe like join me on Zoom. Assuming I can get that to work because the stupid computer not
but see,
setting
that's
the
a
profile.
platform I know, so I can help you with that.
Well, I have to stream Zoom through that into that.
Yeah, that I don't
There's
do.
so many different things here. This should be easy, but it's not. It's so much more complicated than it looks. And it's a pain in the butt. But it was a lot of fun hanging out with you guys. Like, y'all comment a lot on my videos. You do a lot of engagement. I really appreciate it. And it's fun to be able to drink with you guys and actually see kind of what y'all are enjoying, what y'all are picking out of the wine. Like Daryl, when you were mentioning the slate stuff, like that's really cool. So it
was fun for me to actually see that people follow you and like know you.
It's not just bullshit. It's not smoke and mirrors and you think I have like all these bots following me. Thanks. That's so much fun. I really appreciate that.
I exist in a totally different world.
God, the first half of this review before I like realized what I had screwed up on, you just were like ripping me relentlessly, and then it comes back around. This is what's called a callback in the comedy world. Like this calling back to the original joke right here.
It's all good.
Oh my God.
It's all good. I'm here to support you. And drink.
No, you're here for the wine. The fact that I won't let you have wine on occasions is why you're here right here.
You don't let me do anything.
So hey,
I do things.
So on this note, I'm gonna now it's my turn to fire back at Haley. Y'all will be very proud of her. I recently helped her upgrade her computer for work.
Oh.
And as a result, she had a really crappy webcam. And so I gave her my old camera that I used to shoot wine on the dime with. And when she realized what she looked like on that camera and that she was going to be on my main studio camera here, she went and bought makeup for the first time since quarantine.
And I got my hair done.
And she got her hair done. So she did all of this for y'all.
Yeah.
Because, good Lord, it'd be like Medusa looking into a camera right now. If she
It was
had
not
done
good.
It would have been horrible. It would have been bad.
Yeah, no, I haven't had a haircut since March.
Hold on.
And yes, I know the gray hair is there.
Yeah,
Quarantine gave me my first 2 gray hairs.
Yep. Because it was totally quarantine.
And I had a really terrible webcam, and I'm on Zoom, like 6 to 8 hours a day. I am on Zoom in meetings, and it's just freaking wrong. But it was such a bad webcam that I could like fake it. I haven't worn makeup since May, and it's been wonderful. And then this morning I opened up the new computer and I installed a new webcam, and I've got this big meeting, and I'm like, oh my God, I look like death warmed over.
It was like the chick from The Ring was looking at
bad.
her from the other side of the television, but it was just her monitor, and it was just her on the webcam.
Bad.
It was
like, I just shut it down and went to the bathroom and like washed my face and actually put on makeup. I couldn't find half my makeup because it's been forever, and yeah, I went and bought more. Oh, what?
Just walk away from the Medusa comment. I can't walk away. She turned me to stone. That's right.
Hey, I own it. 2 kids and a husband working from home, virtual learning, full-time job.
Diploma, apparently, because they voted for it.
No. My life was travel and putting on conferences, so now pivot, all virtual. I'm allowed to look like crap, and I own it. And now I own makeup again. So. And anyone else going through that, own the crap, and move on. I'll get off the soapbox now.
As y'all have known, and I will take this off because I was trying to control it. But my hair is just becoming ridiculous. It's really quite atrocious. And the reason why I'm growing it out.
I know.
Am I Chris Gaines? Is that who I am right now? No, I can't do
Bieber.
this. God, it hurts. So the reason I'm growing it out is a coworker of mine. We agreed whenever we got into lockdown. I messaged him the day after we were told we were working from home for the rest of the year, and I said, "Hey, if we're going back on January 1st, wouldn't it be awesome if we came back in with mullets?" And so I am actually growing my hair out, and he is growing his hair out. So on January 1st, we can come back in and we can rock. Like, Tiger King will look like a chump in terms of mullet. Like, we are coming back hardcore, rocking mullets, walking around the office with mask on. We're going to be like the mullet ninjas of the office. It's going to be phenomenal. Yeah. So I think that's... I'm going to keep it going. It's going to be fantastic. You know what? Good for you, Daryl. Good for you. Sequins? No. It's a
corporate policy.
It's corporate policy because it might be a potential seizure hazard when I'm walking around.
Now he might be able to do a video in sequins.
Yeah, I can do a video in sequins. I have no problem with that. I got an entire closet full of stuff back there.
Daryl the Magician episode was out. What did y'all think about? What's his name? Not Skrillex.
Oh, Post
Malone. That was
I'm not gonna lie, that was a lot of pain.
It was a labor of love.
That was a lot of pain to shoot that episode. How long did it take you to do my hair? Like 2 hours?
A couple hours, yeah.
Yeah, it took me a couple hours to do the hair. Oh, man. Yeah, that hurt. That freaking hurt. I did not sleep.
Nope. It's all good.
Post Malone made my head hurt. Yeah, it made my head hurt too. I slept in that.
1950s pin curls.
Oh man, that
twisting
hurt.
and pins.
It was
hours.
And the funny thing is that so I shot the Post Malone review. That suit I was wearing was the suit I got married in over 13 years ago.
Fit.
Oh, I was sucking it in so hard for that whole video. I should have come out with an 8-pack. Like it was nuts. So yeah, it was a painful video to prep for. It was a painful video to shoot.
So worth it.
It was so worth it because I had so much fun doing it. My kids were scared because I kept the tattoos on for days afterwards just to mess with them.
He left them on until his family came over for dinner.
Yeah, and then
but they expect that of him.
Yeah.
So.
And the other thing.
No, Carl, no diploma.
Yeah, see, that's majority right there. Majority on diploma.
Then start donating, because I'm not putting up money for it.
Anyway, on that note, Texas Wine School is now sponsoring the diploma, in case you're interested. But it was a very painful video to shoot at all levels. It was so much fun to do. But when I was done, I finally had my hair out of my eyes because my hair has just been in my face the entire time. I've been wearing hats and everything else. I can't stand having long hair. And all the hairspray Haley had to use to make my hair stay in that shape when she took all the pin curls and stuff out made it so when I brushed it back, it just poof, like it looked like a giant cotton ball.
And you were so happy.
It was so great. But then I realized I need to take advantage of this before she makes me wash my hair or she shaves it off in my sleep. Yeah. And so that's when I was like, all right, I'm going to shoot the magician video. There was another video I did where I pretended to electrocute myself. I shot that video. Both
Has that come out yet?
Oh, yeah.
Oh,
yeah.
I'm sorry. Okay. I totally watched that.
I shot both of those videos in the same night because I knew whenever... And she was asleep already by then when I shot the videos. I knew whenever I woke up that she would look at that, like the hair, and just be like, go in the shower right now and wash. And that's basically what you told me. Yeah. And so those two videos are a result of the Post Malone, all of which are her fault for making my hair that way.
For loving you enough to put you through that torture? Yeah.
Yeah, it's true. It is true.
And Janice, we have nothing against tats. I've been trying to get him to get one forever.
Yes, I know I wussed out on that. Yep.
Oh, look, I got one. You need to get one.
Yeah, I know. Haley has a tattoo. I said that when I got my 3rd degree black belt, I would get a tattoo.
That was years ago, and he's not done it.
I test for my 4th degree next year, technically.
Oh, gosh. Already?
Yeah, it's been a while.
God, we're old.
But with quarantine, I doubt that's going to happen because I haven't really
Yes, rookie. Y'all start a poll somewhere on what wine-related tattoo. Like, start posting images.
Oh, God. This is not a good idea.
This is great. Yes. Yes.
Oh, this is not going to be good. God, I swear to God, if y'all say Pinotage is amazing,
Peer pressure.
I'm going to shut down the channel. I'm going to shut down the channel if anything Pinotage wins. I'm not kidding. I will shut it down. I'm going to need more wine. I can't handle this. I was not expecting this tonight. Good Lord. Oh, my gosh. God, what? This was supposed to be, hey, come drink with me.
That could be alive.
Vote on my tattoo.
Yes, that could be alive. We could find someone who's going to really, do your tattoo live.
Limburger and wine tattoo. Oh, God. This is not starting off well.
It'd be so great. Get your little wine logo right there.
Wine on the Dime logo. Hey, maybe that's it.
I said it first, Janice. I don't know, actually. But yes. And there's 3 bars. Technically, that's a black belt. And then for every black belt, you just add another bottle and wine to Dealy Bob.
That's what it will take to get me through my next levels of black belt is more wine. Because, God, that's not an easy test.
Oh, this just got wonderful.
My last black belt test took like 7 hours, didn't it? It was forever.
Oh, no, my boat. Oh!
Oh,
he's never inviting me on one of these again.
Armadillo humping a bottle of wine. That's when he gets corked right there. That's what the definition of cork. Or he gets it in the punt. What?
It's all wonderful.
Oh man, this is a live stream of me getting a tattoo. That would be the ugliest video ever put on YouTube. That would be a horrible.
No. Fairly certain we could find worse.
Horrible video.
Just right here. Just very simple, right here. With close-ups on the tears.
So here's what's going to end up happening. This is exactly what's going to end up happening. I am going to end up dying in a car wreck. Horribly in a car wreck. It's going to burn me alive. I'm going to be blown apart.
Well, that's not depressing.
And the only thing people will be able to identify me from is the friggin' armadillo humping a wine bottle on my left shoulder.
And I will be grateful for the identification. And
the teeth
the
won't
insurance
won't even make it. There will be like a freaking
But that will
grenade.
be there forever.
Oh gosh, I don't know if I agree with this or not. Oh,
I think the armadillo's winning out on the whole vote.
I don't know if that is going to be allowed to be a thing. Just saying.
It's great. Well, this was fun.
God, it might be. Oh man, that I don't know. I can't do an armadillo humping a wine bottle
Just do that right there.
on my head.
No, one at a time. You got your cool little hat decal-y thing.
That's cool.
See?
Hey, that'd be better because hey, you know what? I'll just take my business card and I'll tattoo it onto me. So when people ask me, "Oh, do you have a business card?" I'm like, "Oh no, I forgot it in my other car." There you go. Just take a snapshot and you got my picture right there.
No.
No, that would actually be a really horrible idea. And Haley with her boy toys for the insurance. I'm worth more dead than alive, probably. I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah.
I'm not Gila Monster and wine. Gila Monster's Arizona. We're not gonna go there. I am soy gringo. I admit that. I can't even speak English well.
No, you can't.
Any language is outside. Including English is outside. Like I speak Texan. That's what I speak.
Yoish.
Oh, you sell guns? No, that would be like a 22. Like I pull my arm up and they're like, "Oh, wow. Okay."
Terry Crews.
We didn't know we were plinking today. We thought we were going to be hunting, but apparently we were wrong. So that would be a horrible way of introducing guns to the channel.
No, actually, you do introduce your guns in the Franzia video.
Oh, that's true. I do. Yeah. But
Yeah.
we're getting ahead.
Just saying.
So. But it is almost 9:00.
Y'all have officially given me my first social life since March.
Yeah, it's true.
Thank you. My friends are not in Texas.
No, they're
Of
in
him.
Washington,
After a while, that gets old.
and Seattle and Canada and New York and everywhere you're not.
Mm-hmm. I'm stuck in Texas. So yeah, this was fun.
This was fun. So we'll make sure that next episode Haley's not here to derail the entire thing. But let's be honest, she's probably going to be here because I have wine. So
Yep.
yeah, that'll just be
cheese.
Yeah. So she'll probably stick around on those episodes. But
I like Daryl.
yeah, it gets funnier the more. So unfortunately, I have this condition where I really stop censoring myself after the second glass of wine. That's a good and bad thing. If my channel is deleted tomorrow, it's not my fault. YouTube just found the live stream. That's what it comes down to.
Well, at least someone did.
Thanks. Jesus. Wow. Dang. So, hold on. Here's that knife right there. Jeez. But, yeah, I hope some of y'all spit out wine because of that. Because that was just mean. I never say mean things about you. Ever. In social media or Instagram. She doesn't have an Instagram account. So if you ever want to really know what's going on, just follow me on Instagram.
Yes, we need to have a Wine and Dime get together in Fredericksburg post-COVID. Although the Marketplace has a lot of open space. We can just
yeah, but they're kind of weird on the Marketplace about drinking. However, I just so happen to know about half of the winery owners in Fredericksburg. So I'm pretty sure I can just call any of them and say, hey, I want to do an event from here where I just have a whole bunch of people come out and buy your wines and we hang around and chat. I'm pretty sure they'd be cool about giving me, like, a reserved table. Because, like, I really do know, like, half the winemakers in Fredericksburg.
And this is why I stay with him.
Yeah, it has nothing to do with anything else. No, actually, no. It has to do... The only other thing that really keeps you here is the fact that if I kick the bucket, I'm worth more dead than alive.
No, you make me laugh.
All the way to the bank. whenever I kick the bucket. But yeah, no, we can do something like that. Yeah, no, hey, Scott, if you ever want to come out, let me know. So I've offered many times to take people around. The most recent person who actually took me up on the offer was Joel Butler. He's a master of wine. He came down for a judging event, and I had seen that he was coming. I was like, hey, if you want to stick around an extra day, I'll take you around to some of the Texas wineries. And it just so happened that after I was judging, they told us, hey, by the way, tomorrow we're going around to Texas wineries. And he was like, hey, I want to ride with you. And so I drove him around, and I literally got 3.5 hours in a car alone with a master of wine, which I don't even know what the market value of that is. It's ridiculous. But it was incredible being able to talk to him about all the stuff he did, all of the different wines he's made, the types of stuff he's working on now, how he just kind of sees things and analyzes wine. It was a really, really interesting conversation. Realized compared to him, I know nothing about wine. Because good Lord, that guy, like we were doing judging, and he smelled one of the wines. He was like, no. And I knew the wine was not good at all. Like, it was a throw-out wine. I would have paired it with my drain on the channel.
And they submitted it for a competition?
I don't know if it spoiled or if that was they just thought it was good. Because I've had people submit stuff that they think is good, and it's
not.
No, it's offensive. Like, I'm just gonna say it's offensive. Like, it's not even good. It's not even bad. It's offensive. But we were reviewing this wine, and he was like, "No, actually, the volatile acidity has devolved into this specific compound, and at the concentration, it is actually technically a poison." And so, like, he actually went into how, like, going all of, like, the specifics of how this compound devolves, exactly how it devolves, and then at what level it was at. We opened another bottle, it tasted the same, and we all wrote, this wine is literally hazardous to your health. Like, you cannot drink this. And we disqualified it from the competition.
Wow.
But it was funny because I did not realize how much I didn't know about wine until, like, that moment. And then having the follow-up conversation with him the next day in the car was just like, I'm dumb. I'm so stupid.
And that's so annoying because I really think you know too much.
No, I know nothing compared to that guy. He's amazing. He was fantastic. We had 2 masters of wine in that competition. Him and Count John Salvi. And, God, I could go on about Count John was a phenomenal person to hang out with.
So, I'm just watching all this. We totally need to set up a fall day at, like, French Connection and Vinovium and all that kind of stuff. Like, pick a date.
Well, my concern is TABC is kind of being a bastard. That's the Texas Alcohol Bureau. Well, it's hard to work around it because they change their rules like every month. And so I don't want to tell people, hey, come meet me at this winery, and people buy plane tickets or do all this other stuff. And then it turns out TABC goes, no, you guys can't do anything anymore. Like, it's
you
kind
work
of a
that
pain
out.
in the butt. So, we will do something. We got to figure this out.
I've been working on him for years to get this going, and he just won't.
I got so many things.
Peer pressure.
Like the diploma.
No.
Yes, like the diploma. It'll work out. Anyway, so we have 1 minute left. I don't want to keep everybody for too much longer. You guys have evenings. Some of y'all are on the East Coast. Some of y'all are on the West Coast. Some of y'all are in my time zone. But
yeah, for some peeps, this is 7 o'clock. For
Yeah.
us, we're old. 9 is late.
Yeah.
I'm old. He stays up.
Well, I'm not going to lie. Haley will be asleep 5 minutes after this live stream ends. She's just going straight to the bed and like going to crash out, clothes and all. So, anyway, but thank you guys for joining us. It was a blast. I loved having a conversation
fun.
with you. And
Nice to meet you all.
Yes. Yeah, Haley doesn't actually believe I have people who watch my videos. She just thinks I just hit them on repeat all day long to get the views. So it's nice to show her that I actually have some people who are willing to engage. And on top of that, I will make sure I don't totally screw this up at launch again like I did last time.
That would help.
Yeah, because that was... I'm going to get so mad about myself for
Although
the next
I gotta
2
stop
weeks.
saying rookie mistake because rookie's on this, and that's kind of degrading.
That is true.
Yeah.
Esther, why would you bring him into this?
I'm just saying.
I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. But anyway, as soon as I figure out what the next wines are going to be, or what the theme of the video is, I want to go ahead and send that out. But on the flip side, I want you guys to also send back to me some of the stuff that you guys are going to be tasting. If for some reason you can't find those wines, or you want to do a similar theme and taste along with me at home, and let me know what's going on in the chat, that would be awesome. I want to kind of let other people know, like, hey, I'm drinking these things, but here's some of the other things that people are drinking on the channel as well. And stop by and enjoy yourself, and let's just hang out and tell stories. Secret word armadillo. No, don't want that tattoo.
I'm totally reaching out to Jason. We're going to schedule his tattoo for sometime this fall.
Not only do I not want an armadillo, the amount of detail that goes into an armadillo is just
Jason can pull it off.
So much. So much. Anyway, so hey, you know what? If I end up getting a tattoo, I will tell you Haley's tattoo story.
No.
Yes, I will tell you Haley's tattoo story.
Crap.
You brought this in. It's you should not have opened this bag of whatever that you opened up. Bag of shit. That's right. You just opened this bag of shit. So armadillo is the key word. All right. So God, this is happening. So. Anyway, does
no.
Imagine how
no.
Good, yes. So no, her
mine is quite appropriate, and I will show it to y'all next time that he gets his tattoo done.
So Haley's tattoo does not end in stamp. Her new one will.
No.
And maybe this logo.
Never.
Maybe this logo.
Never.
Just saying. You thought the logo looked nice.
On you.
Yeah. Oh, here no. I could. I'm gonna go down a rabbit hole if I keep talking. I just need to shut up. Anyway, so this has been Stuart.
#armadillo. I love it.
And Haley with Wine on the Dime. I'm glad you guys joined us. We will be back again not too long from now. I will post out whatever wines we're going to be reviewing or whatever the theme is. And feel free to join us. And in the meantime, still publishing videos every week. Drop on by. God, #armadillo. No armadillo. Please do not post this on social media. I do not need this going right now. Oh my God. Anyway, I will see y'all again soon with another live tasting and or a wine review.
Or a tattoo.
Or, no, not a tattoo. We'll talk about all of these things. I'll see y'all again soon. Y'all have fun. See you in a couple Fridays.